We were pretty famous back in high school.
Trust us. Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
You're moving a lot.
I'm moving a lot?
Yeah, your head was... It looked like involuntary.
No, it was fully voluntary. All movements of mine are always fully voluntary.
So why did you choose at that time to make said movements?
I don't exactly know. That doesn't mean it's not voluntary. It just means I don't know why I actually did it.
I guess technically yes. Welcome to High School Famous, the podcast that set the standard by which all other cannibals are judged.
I don't know about these anymore.
You write one.
I don't want to.
Well, then don't sneeze at mine.
I'm not sneezing at them. I'm judging them.
Let me guess. I should chat GPT every intro and just surrender to the AI gods.
Just because I've done it a couple of times, done a couple of things using AI, now it's all I do. Now nothing I do is original. Everything, all of this is scripted. I use AI to write everything I talk about in every episode now.
You are clearly not in support of the WGA, are you?
The WAG? Or no, the WAGA.
The WAGA. You don't support WAGA.
Apparently not. I mean, nobody's losing money out of me using AI for anything.
Why don't you support WAGA?
I don't really have a dog in the race for that at all. It doesn't affect me really in any way.
Well, it affects your watching of content, television, and movies in the near future. Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, I don't typically watch most anything when it first comes out anyways.
Sure. But at some point it will trickle over to you.
Eventually, yeah. So it doesn't matter if it comes out now or later. I'll still get it later.
So you're not worried?
No.
You don't think this is an opportunity to write something amazing to pitch to somebody once you could pitch stuff now because you're not a member of the WGA.
Yeah, I could if I had anything written.
A studio could buy up your script right now for
I'd have to finish
$1 million.
I'd have to finish one of the many scripts I've started and not gone anywhere with.
Well, I mean, it seems like it'd probably be worth it.
Many being about 2.
That might look frowned upon, although I don't know if the studios would care if they bought up non-WGA members' scripts during this time.
Yeah, I just don't think I'd be able to. I probably wouldn't be able to join in later. I don't know if you can join later after you do something like that.
That's a good question. I don't know how that works either.
I mean, I'm sure people that are a member of it would be reluctant to work with you if you sold stuff while that was happening.
Until they met you and saw what a great guy you are.
Yeah.
Then they might go, you know what? I don't care what he did in his past. He's so lovable and cuddly. We're going to have him write stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood does have a tendency to just kind of not, think about what people did in their past.
They do that.
They do that with a lot of people. Kind of like, oh, what a troubled past that person had. But look, they did really nice in this movie. So
yeah,
they have won us over again.
Yeah, it's pretty awful when you really think about it. And the fact that those that advocate for those individuals act like, performing well in a movie or making a movie that a lot of people like is more important.
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of people that want to act. There are plenty of people that want to direct. There are plenty of people that want to produce. So just to sort of sweep under the rug the misdeeds of these folks. What are you waving your hand around for?
I was just agreeing. I was just like, yeah.
Gotcha. That seemed like a something's wrong gesture, or I don't know why this is happening gesture.
Oh no, I'm totally fine with this conversation.
Good. Well,
it's everywhere. It's not even just in Hollywood. It's in, I don't know, say religion.
New York. What's in religion?
Sweeping things under the rug. Misdeeds.
What did Jesus do? that we don't
it
know
wasn't
about?
necessarily Jesus. I said religion. I didn't specify.
Well, I mean, be real.
Jesus religion.
Be real. When we're going to talk about religion, there's only one. So it's all involving Jesus. That's the only thing worth talking about because the rest is just a bunch of gobbledygook. Matt, we all know this.
There's certain stances that you take that alienate a whole large group of potential listeners.
Well, if they were just potential listeners, if they weren't listeners already,
Right.
we're not losing anybody.
But we're also not gaining.
Yeah, we're also not trying to gain. We're not putting in a lot of work.
Those gains, bro.
We're not putting in a lot of effort to gain.
I mean, to be honest, I probably not necessarily every episode, but most episodes probably alienate most women.
Yeah, probably.
For the fact that they don't exist.
Well, then that's impossible to alienate something that doesn't exist. Yes? You can't. You're sort of
trying to start the world's weakest fucking conspiracy theory.
The women don't exist?
Yeah, women don't really exist.
Yeah, there would be a lot of stuff you would have to disprove to try to get some sort of credibility to your stance there.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you explain all the births of all the humans on the planet?
Test tube babies.
Gotcha. So, but what is required to make a human baby? From what I understand, it's a sperm from the male and then an egg from the female. So even in a test tube environment, you would need both of those components.
They're genetically produced eggs.
Are you saying that men produce the eggs?
It's possible. There's plenty of species in the world that reproduce asexually.
I suppose we don't know for sure that men don't produce eggs.
Have you personally looked into it? Have you seen for sure that you don't?
I have not done that.
Have you checked your pee?
Nope.
And made sure that there wasn't any eggs in it?
I've never had it analyzed for anything like that. Like I've given samples in the past as required for certain other things, but never for that. I mean, I've never been notified that they found anything like that in my urine. I don't know if they would if they were checking it for other things, because I don't think they just go, well, let's just see what's in here. No,
they've never told you that your E level is right where it's supposed to be.
It's high. No, let's
have a high E level.
Let's be clear. I have a scarily high E level.
Oh, well, there you go. You're producing too many.
Wait, what does E mean in this circumstance?
Egg.
Egg? Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were going to say estrogen, which starts with E as well. So
I see where you went, but no.
Yeah, so I can't. I don't know.
So you have high estrogen levels.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily say that I produce eggs. So as far as an E level, as far as what you mean by that, I don't know. There's no. Okay. I've been notified of no level. I'm not sure where I am on the E spectrum. But I've not been notified that I produce E's with ease. It's difficult for me to produce E's.
I will agree with that.
What about you? Do you think that have you ever had your urine?
It's been a long time since I've had a doctor look at my pee, so I don't know.
They usually feel it. You insist that they feel it now.
Stick their finger in it.
Well, no, you
do like a wine tasting where you kind of like sniff it. Sift it, and you kind of like put it in your mouth and kind of swish it around a little bit, and then you spit it back into a bucket full of a bunch of other pee.
Pair it with various cheeses.
Mm-hmm. Cheeses that are found throughout my body.
Well, that goes best.
Yeah.
I mean, no cow's cheese or goat's cheese is going to go well with your urine. It's
not
your
with human urine.
No. This is long tried and tested and proven.
Mm-hmm.
In the far corners of Italy and France.
Not a lot of corners in that country.
Why not? It's not round.
Based on the shape of the country, there's not a lot of corners.
It's not round though. There are sharp edges to it. There are corners.
Oh, the edges are sharp.
What part's sharp then? The cheese? The cheeses are sharp. Some of them.
Yeah. Anyway, this was weird.
Hey, speaking of sharp cheese, I've got a dad joke for us all.
It seems like that's not a real transition.
Well, it's a real sharp one. It's a sharp one.
Okay.
That's why it goes well with talking about sharp cheeses and edges. I don't know about you, Matt. I don't know about you, but I personally like to hold hands during horror movies, which always seems to scare the strangers more than the movie does.
You don't go see horror movies in theaters. So therefore, if you're watching one, you're more than likely inviting strangers into your home.
No, I'm going into strangers' homes.
Oh, well, that would be scarier then, yeah.
With some threatening weapon, and I force them to allow me to watch whatever horror movie they happen to be watching. I force them to allow me to join them, eat their popcorn, sit next to them, hold hands, all that good stuff. The occasional hole at the bottom of the popcorn bucket, makes things fun. And then I threaten. Then when I leave, I threaten.
Popcorn's gonna fall out.
Yeah, well, no. I mean,
what's worse in that situation? You're going to lose a bunch of popcorn.
Awful.
Or you're gonna have a buttery dick.
What's my dick have to do with any of this?
I don't know.
I'm a silly wacky prankster, and I like to cut holes in the bottoms of popcorn buckets just to watch it spill out slowly. And then they think they ate it. First of all, they think they ate it a lot faster than they did. And they also think they're way more messy than they are. You got to do it to a kid's bucket so that the parents get angry at the children for making a big mess everywhere with the popcorn.
Right.
And the kids just end up with a lap full of popcorn, and that's delicious.
For the kid or the parent?
Anyone who's eating the popcorn. Popcorn's delicious. Have you had popcorn?
Yeah, but I've never eaten off a child's lap.
Well, it doesn't affect the way it tastes. It's still delicious.
I think it affects the way people look at you when you're doing it.
Look, I'm already threatening them with a deadly weapon in order to watch a movie with them. They're not going to blink twice at me eating popcorn or suggesting that anyone else eat popcorn out of non-bucket areas.
That was a close one.
Too close. It was a mouthful.
Right. Let's maybe change the subject.
Why? We want to alienate more people, don't we?
You're just alienating yourself at this point from the podcast.
Oh, I'm not even going to listen anymore. I don't even want to listen anymore. I'm so bad.
It wouldn't be that you wouldn't be listening anymore. It's just there wouldn't be anything left to listen to.
What does that mean? You're not going to let me talk anymore?
You're fired.
Oh.
Turn in your badge and your gun.
But that's what I use to threaten people into letting me watch horror movies with them.
Oh, you impersonate a police officer?
Yeah.
to gain access to their home?
Yeah. I type up a fake warrant, hold up a badge, draw my pistol. I think cops use those. Out of my holster. I think cops use those.
Pistola?
A pistola?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's just a gun.
Is it an Italian pistol?
I believe it's a Spanish pistol.
Oh.
I don't know languages.
Why would I have that?
Why would you have a Spanish-made gun?
Why wouldn't I have an American pistol?
I don't know. Why would you have either?
Because
you're not the type to own a gun.
Have you not been listening? This is all to watch horror movies at other people's houses.
Haven't you been listening? This is all a fake story.
Because I'm too scared to watch them alone.
Right.
And no one will come over to my place to watch a horror movie. So I have to, I have to be creative and find ways to make it happen.
Do you actually, is there any horror movies you actually enjoy in real talk?
I don't, what do you call it? Like, what constitutes a horror movie? Because would you say that The Shining is a horror movie? Or is that more like a suspense type movie?
Yeah.
A psychological suspense movie?
A psychological thriller.
As far as your sort of garden variety, gory, jump scare horror movies, I don't care about any of them. I
don't really either. Some people are super, super into them, and I'm just like, I don't know. They're just kind of like whatever to me. I just get bored with them.
The best ones would be like low budget ones, and those are just to laugh at.
Yeah.
They're awfully bad.
Or ones that are like purposely supposed to be kind of more funny.
Yeah.
Like Cabin in the Woods, is it called Cabin in the Woods? The Joss Whedon one.
Is that like a satirical type of a?
It's a like sort of kind of, yeah.
What do you call it? Self-aware type of a thing?
Yeah, like the plot of the point of it is like these kids obviously go to this cabin in the woods or no, it's not. Is it Cabin in the Woods? Now I'm trying to remember if that's what it's actually called. But yeah, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, they go there and then they, set off some chain of events that cause shit to go down. But then you find out there's actually like this government thing that's controlling it happening because they have to like sacrifice people to like appease this actual like god that will destroy the earth if people aren't sacrificed to him. But they also want them to be but they have to do it on their own accord. So they have to like set up these events that these kids have to kind of naturally make happen. And then it's kind of like a comedy horror movie in the end. But
is this the American government?
Well, no, this particular cabin is run by the American government, but there's also other places throughout the world where these things are also happening.
I'm just saying the government doing something in order to appease a god sounds too close to mixing
reality.
Church and state. No, church and state, we got to keep them separate.
Well, as the Offspring said,
which means as some
separated.
If some all-powerful, crazy, man-hungry god wants sacrifices, the government cannot step in and help out.
Well,
I think that's what it means.
I don't know if that's what it means.
I think that's what the gem of the idea was at the beginning. Like that's where it kind of started from. Look, the government cannot help individuals appease gods via sacrifice.
I don't think that's true.
Well, that's what I mean. It's all open to interpretation.
What is it?
It's a personal journey with religion. What do these things mean to you? They might not mean the same thing to me, but as long as I'm getting what I need to get out of it, then it's done. It's served its purpose.
I mean, that would be the nice way to look at religion.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But it's not the way most people look at it.
No, but that's there's what they're choosing to get out of it. So they are.
Okay.
Shrug.
So no to horror movies, then you're not a big...
No.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many I've never seen. But, the whole Saw franchise, never seen a single frame of it. I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have seen the Evil Dead movies.
Right. Well, those are fun.
I forget what got me to watch those. I'm like, let me just check these out. Everyone's always talking about these movies like they're the greatest thing on planet Earth, and so I watched them.
They're fun.
They were all right.
Yeah.
Scream was kind of like that, where it sort of pokes fun at the genre at the same time as being a part of the genre.
Right. Have you seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
No.
Okay, I think you'd enjoy that one because it's kind of a flip on the genre as well.
I like this. I like the idea. I like the idea of this new one that just came out. We Can't All Die First.
Okay.
I forget who made it, but it's an all black cast in a horror movie, and so it's called We Can't All Die First. So I bet you that would be pretty entertaining.
Right. Yeah, but Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a fun one because it's kind of this whole flip on the genre as well.
Got it.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I've never been a big horror movie fan. But I don't know. Some people are just like, that's my favorite genre. I love watching all horror movies, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, why?
I think it's because,
what is your favorite genre?
Comedy. Probably comedy. Yeah.
Not a big action fan.
I like those on occasion. When they're done well, they're done, they're really good.
Well, like the good old classic, like 80s action flicks.
Yeah, they seem to really have the formula nailed down back then.
That was the heyday of action flicks.
Oh my gosh. It made people like
90s.
It made people like Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, all giant stars to a lesser
Chuck Norris.
Yep.
Bruce Willis.
Jackie other Chan. Actors. Jackie Chan was a different
breed.
his stuff is crazy, man.
I love his movies just because they're goofy and have some of like the best stunt work ever.
Yeah, I remember watching like Legend of Drunken Master, and then his first like big American movie, from what I remember, was Rumble in the Bronx, and I don't remember if I ever saw that one.
I think he got real big in the States after Rush Hour.
The Rush Hour movies, yes, those maybe made him more of a household name, but I remember my first exposure to him was Rumble in the Bronx, and I think for a lot of people it was
probably
the same. That kind of introduced him to America. But yeah, but then the Rush Hour, I mean, when you bring in star power like Chris Tucker to act opposite of you, it's a hit. It's a home run. It's a fail safe move. Is this all leading to something? There's always horror movie questions.
No, I don't remember what led to horror movies.
Well, because just before you asked that, I kept interrupting you, and it seemed like you were trying to just get me to shut up so you can get on to whatever you were going to do.
No, I've got nothing planned, really. I have a list of like different things I can click on and look at, but I don't know. I don't have anything like set in stone for today.
No, just in case, I grabbed my old Snake folder.
Oh, shit.
The Discovery Channel Snake folder from high school that has, our old stories in it. But we don't have to visit that if we don't want to.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I know we had talked about reading some of those.
But now you're regretting.
Now I'm like cringing at the idea of it.
Look, it took a long time for Matt and I to become mature mentally. And so
fucking still not, dude.
These stories, well, I am. I'm finished now. I'm there.
You're as mature as you can be.
I'm mature, yeah. There's no further for me to go, maturity wise. Right. So that's one, it's a weight off my shoulders. I don't need to worry or think about it anymore. I'm like, hey, I'm mature now. That's done.
Right. When did that happen?
That happened on the 14th.
Of this month?
Oh, no, of March 2017.
Okay, that's
I'm sorry I wasn't specific enough. Yeah. Sorry, I was too vague at when I just said the 14th.
Yeah, no.
Sorry. I assumed everyone...
That was the mature way to answer it.
I assumed, everyone assumed that, or knew that when someone references the 14th, it's March of 2017.
Right.
I mean, it's a big day. Was that a lion?
No, motorcycle gone by.
Do you have large jungle cats in your room?
Nope.
Oh.
Just a motorcycle.
Do you have small jungle cats in your room?
I have one house cat, not quite in my room, but just like sitting in that doorway, staring at me.
Well, maybe they're scared.
No, because he wants out.
Well, I think he's scared because he heard the large cats ride by on their motorcycle.
Yeah, it was a large line on a motorcycle that just drove by.
That's what I heard.
It was an electric motorcycle, so it was silent. It was
the noise. So in order to try to be a little inconspicuous, the lion is then making the noises of a traditional gas-powered, combustion engine motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to draw attention to itself. It's in a trench coat.
Yeah, it's two lions.
Long trench coat and hat. No. Two lions.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, I mean, maybe if they have their own electric motorcycle or bike, they're not going to. Sidecar. Lions don't need to stack onto each other like children do.
They don't need to, but they can.
But they're trying to they're trying to be believable as humans.
Right.
Oh, imagine. So let's say you got a tiger standing up on its hind legs.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking what? I don't know how long they are, how tall they get. 7 feet? 8 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you got two of those.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the world of, let's say there's an NBA convention, you're still a good 6-7 feet taller than everyone else around you. A 14-foot. Yeah. Maybe that's why they had to escape. They couldn't miss the NBA convention. That exists, right? The NBA convention?
I don't know. Sounds stupid.
It's where teams, try to recruit,
to raise money.
Well, they also display the latest and greatest in NBA tech.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's changed so much over the years.
Well, there's a new line of NBA trench coats.
Right.
They're going to start. That's going to be the new uniforms.
Trench coats. Yeah, that'll make gameplay a lot easier.
Yeah, it's it's good for revealing surprises. Like, what if you got two shorter players hidden in one long trench coat posing as one player? That could be a trick play that the team lays out.
Right.
All of a sudden, the top person is dribbling, and then they quickly dismount out of the coat and pass it down to the bottom person who's now separated. And now it's like, whoa, there's two of them. And the other team is so shocked. 3-pointer. I mean,
I don't know. It sounds like trick plays in basketball now, which is weird.
Well, you always got
Globetrotters.
That's not quite that like that.
I could see the Harlem
Globetrotters not like
pulling something like that off, but
maybe this is something the NBA needs
more. The Harlem Globetrotters, because they already have. Well, the NBA doesn't have.
no, but they need some more panache, some more style.
Because sales are dwindling in the fucking basketball games. Hard to sell those out.
Look, yes, sure. But guess what? Ask anyone who runs that type of thing. And you said, hey, would you be interested in possibly making more money on your sport? They're all going to say yes. They're all going to be open to ideas.
Games started becoming this fucking circus. It would probably start to lose money because people would be like, they're just not taking this serious anymore. Sports is supposed to be serious.
It's sacred.
Like, oh man, people are fucking nuts.
Now a move like that, it's going to work once, maybe twice. That's not going to be a regular occurrence in the NBA. That's not what I'm saying. Because all the other teams are going to come to expect it.
Do you, slightly on and slightly off topic,
do you think before you talk? Is that what you're going to say?
Do you remember that basketball game thing that we went to?
Where the Vikings played basketball?
It was like, no, was it? I don't think it was the Vikings, was it? It was like, was that
with like my brother and Tim?
Yeah. Was it the Vikings?
It was, I know it was football players that were playing basketball.
Football players versus something else. And we're like, this will probably be funny. Like we thought maybe they would just have fun with it and they wouldn't take it super seriously. Maybe they would kind of break rules, whatever, just have a good time.
Somebody would tackle a guy.
Well, probably not like that serious, but just like, doing like stupid plays or something, or like, not really just not taking it seriously, basically.
Like two players stacked on top of each other inside a trench coat?
Well, maybe not that crazy, but
maybe
like
not that stupid.
I don't know, just something goofy. We thought maybe they would at least try to, like, it would be something fun. Like, oh, they'll probably like goof around and just not take it so seriously. And we're sitting there and it's just like football players just playing serious basketball. And we're just like, why are we fucking here watching this shit? And we had shit tickets too. We were like way up.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Top, and it was not at all sold out.
No,
like, there's nobody else around us.
I remember thinking, well, first of all, I don't really remember how we came to go to this thing. I don't
remember where those tickets came from.
No, me either. But yeah, I remember thinking the same thing. Oh, this might be fun. They're going to probably suck because they're football players and not basketball players.
Right.
But they actually were not half bad. And so I remember being impressed by that. But it was not. I
remember being bored because I'm just like, they're not as good as actual basketball players. And it's like watching just some people having like a pickup game somewhere, like people playing like street ball, but with like real, without street ball rules, but like just straight up regular basketball. And it was just like,
because this was at the Target Center, right?
Yeah, it was at the actual, where the Timberwolves actually play.
It was probably for charity, right? Like some kind of charity event?
Probably. But it was just like, it was the dumbest. I think we literally left maybe halfway through it.
That's a good, I don't remember.
If we even lasted that long.
I saw the Harlem Globetrotters one time, and that's another scenario where I don't recall at all how I found myself to be there or who I was with or anything.
Right.
I just remember seeing the Globetrotters at one point.
See, that would have been at least probably entertaining.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the only part I really remember, because there's just so much going on, there was a part where a guy was just dribbling the ball right at about half court, I think, and he was just trying to like throw it up and shoot it backwards from half court. Mm-hmm. And it took him like 3 tries, but he got it in on the 3rd try. That was the only part I remember. So, but he was really close the first 2 times, so you can tell he does this all the time.
Right.
So yeah, that's my review of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, half court shots from behind backwards.
From behind backwards.
Backwards. Yup. We find ourselves talking about sports way too much on this show for two guys who know little to nothing about sports.
Who do you think knows more about sports? Me or you?
I would assume me.
And we're talking your standard sports. Your football, your basketball, your baseball,
Mm-hmm.
to a lesser extent hockey.
I think I played more sports than you.
That's yes.
Did
Here's
you ever play sports? Like,
my sports history would be first and second grade, I played baseball.
okay.
By the time third grade came around, we were going to start doing fast pitch, and I was scared. And so I told my mom I wanted to take a break, and I never went and played baseball again.
I thought you were going to say I wanted to take ballet.
No.
I told my mom I wanted to be a dancer.
There's no fast pitching in ballet,
Yeah.
at least from what I know.
Yeah, I played baseball first through sixth, and then
Whoa, you're serious.
basketball. Yeah, I did, and then I did 3 years of basketball.
What ultimately made it come to an end? Was there some sort of like devastating sports career-ending injury that crushed
puberty.
hopes and dreams? Oh,
My-
that's one
my-
way to think of.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at puberty. Some
couldn't
dream-crushing injury.
Yeah, I couldn't fit in the cup anymore. I was just too big.
Fit in the cup?
Yeah,
What are you talking
jockstrap.
about? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but okay.
They didn't make a child-size jockstrap that could fit me, and
So there was.
I was too embarrassed to use the adult one.
Well, that's strange.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want everybody to know how large I am. It would be very embarrassing.
Well, now you have to you had to revert back to using the child one size again, which I don't know why you walk
Yeah,
around wearing a cup anyway.
Dude, nowadays you'd never be safe out in the streets.
I mean, I know you
lost
burn
their minds.
I know you burn a lot of bridges and you make a lot of enemies, so I guess it is always good to be prepared for the worst.
Well, yeah, I keep making enemies because I keep burning all their bridges.
Yeah. Really set back a lot of the transportation development in your city.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? How have you not been like arrested?
I wear a mask.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
What's the mask look like?
It's just a medical mask. A lot of people wear them still.
Got it. So it's very inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So no one's caught you in the act? No one's been able to apprehend you as it's happening?
No, obviously.
So do you think there are a lot of people that wear these types of masks while destroying bridges that are being made in order to...
Not that I know of.
Yeah. So basically anytime anyone sees someone wearing a medical mask destroying a bridge, they're going to know it's you now? You just outed yourself?
Well, I don't do it anymore. That's the thing.
Gotcha.
And statute of limitations on that is like weeks.
Sure. Weeks,
So
huh?
Too late. They can't get me now.
I mean, if they don't catch you in the first 48 hours, the chances of them solving the case decreases exponentially. I'm told. This is what TV has taught me.
I lost my train of thought.
Burning bridges.
Mm-hmm.
You had to wear an adult jockstrap at a young age.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot of lies being told on this program.
Prove it.
I don't want to be involved in the proving or disproving of that claim.
Well, then you'd make a terrible lawyer.
Well,
Do you like lawyer movies?
I do like lawyer movies.
To get back on track to a subject that I don't care if we're on or not.
You know which movie I watched probably 4 years ago?
No.
A Few Good Men.
Oh yeah.
It's a good old movie.
Yeah.
It has some stars in it.
It's a movie that it's one of those movies where that title could work also as a porn very well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the cast could be the same ratio. I mean, there's one woman in that movie.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
And she's just looking for a few good men.
Yeah.
So
and she found him all right.
There's probably more than one woman in the movie. There's probably just one main woman in the movie.
There already has to be porn movies that are based on that are like a knock on A Few Good Men. There have to be.
Guaranteed. Hold on. Let me open up incognito mode on my computer to take a look. because I don't want to search that on my regular Google.
I'm trying to think back. I'm trying to think back to even the people that were called to the witness stand during that case. I can't think of another female that's in that movie.
Oh yeah, wow. I'm not going to click on the actual link. I'm just in the Google search results right now, and at thegay.com.
Sure.
There is A Few Good Men 1983 gay porn video.
83?
83.
Did that movie come out? I thought the movie came out after that. Wasn't it early? It was early 90s.
There's another great classic gay film from 1972, A Few Good Men, showing us how gay sex used to be back in the golden era.
The golden. So this means that the courtroom drama, A Few Good Men,
right?
Where two military people are being tried for murder of one of their comrades, not Russian, is based loosely on these porn movies. They must be.
I don't know if it's based loosely on the porn movies because I don't care to look too deeply into this.
Yeah, let's again. We're all about lies on this episode. These are already in your favorites.
I mean, the movie itself is based on Aaron Sorkin's 1989 play, so maybe Aaron Sorkin's play is loosely based off of the 1983 gay porn film. Possibly.
I've never seen the play.
I've never seen the porn.
Yeah, sure. I've never seen Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, probably not either. I just clicked on his link and he doesn't look familiar to me.
Does he look gay to you?
How does somebody look gay? Explain that to me, Sean. Go ahead.
You know, there is no real way.
There you go. So what a wonderful question for you to ask me.
Yeah. You might have your own, your own tells. You're like, oh, that guy for sure.
It's not a safe bet to even look at somebody and just make any sort of assumptions on, like, no matter how possibly flamboyant or dressed a certain way somebody is or what company they keep, to just label anybody as gay anymore.
I don't know if you remember this, but there were these skits on SNL back in the Dana Carvey days, where he plays an effeminate guy.
Yeah.
Only he's straight, but everyone in his family thinks that he's not, and he gets outraged whenever he gets asked if he is or accused of being. So something that would definitely not be made today.
Very true. It's really weird. I sometimes think about that, of how like that era of time, like that 90s, early 2000s time, where it seemed like you can do anything. You can say anything. You can do anything. Like, it took a long time to kind of get to that. Like, certain things couldn't be said, certain words, like sitcoms, the couple couldn't sleep in the same bed. Like, that was too taboo at the time and all that kind of stuff. And then it was like all of that relaxed and like got to the point where it was like, yeah, we're all desensitized. You can kind of do whatever you want.
Right.
Like, now you can curse on TV, all this different stuff. Other than fuck, you still can't say fuck. You can say pretty much anything else. And then now it's just completely reverted to the point where, like, even like if you look up like stuff on the internet, like certain words are like redacted from things all the time. Like, you can't say like just certain word, like the word terrorist you can't say terrorist because it'll trigger somebody. You can't say stupid because it'll trigger somebody. Like the dumbest words just trigger. Like, you can't say suicide. Please. You can't say death. You can't say like murder. Like, certain things, like people just like, oh, you can't say these words. Like,
right. Please,
like, too many people get triggered or freaked out by certain things now.
Please don't say dumbest.
Well, stupidest.
I
wasn't going to say the R word because people get very frowned upon the R word.
Redacted?
No.
Religion?
It's a medical term, Sean. People get very, very offended by the word retarded. When people say things are that, or
meaning underdeveloped,
call somebody that, which in the end, like, I get like saying like, oh, are you a retard could be very offensive. And I obviously never fucking say that to anybody, but that word is technically a medical term.
Yeah, I think it should be less about eliminating the ability to use the word, but sort of teach it to be used in the way that it is intended.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah,
end of opinion. But I think no matter what,
it's just weird how sensitive everything seems to have gotten over the last so many years.
Well, I think it would. I mean, over time, let's say you were sort of trying to reintroduce just the word retarded to refer to. I know it's hard. I feel weird saying it actually, but I'm not referring to a person,
right?
But trying to reinsert that into the lexicon.
I mean, I personally don't care if the word goes away. Like, it doesn't matter to me in that sense.
I'm not like, oh man, I really wish I could use that word again. But if you were to try to sort of wash away the adapted use for it or the negative use for it, obviously that would take some time to have the general public adjust to that. Eventually it might just, as new generations are born, and they might grow up with the word not being used. Well, people now are probably growing up.
I think for the most part, the word has kind of mostly gone away,
right?
Which is fine. But even the term mentally challenged to me is weirder because it doesn't really define anything.
No, it doesn't.
It's such a broad stroked word or phrase that it's just like anything can fall into that category of just like.
Yes. Yeah. So what's like the threshold? Because let's say, you could say that anyone who doesn't have an IQ of like 150 is challenged maybe. But if you're using the term in that way.
Everybody in some way is mentally challenged. Not necessarily like they have a debilitating like learning disability, but like there's certain things that I can't do that are mentally challenging for me to accomplish.
Yeah. If I'm presented with a complex mathematical equation and I'm asked to solve it,
that would be mentally challenging.
That would be mentally challenging.
So I think it's just like, it sounds like we're making fun of it, but it's literally like looking at the phrase and just really dissecting it down to what it is of just like, it just feels like the wrong term to use in exchange of the R word.
Sure. And that's just because that's associated with the same type of thing.
Yeah.
So
this is like, we're like 30 years behind trying to like change that like,
yeah. Hey, let's
that process in the world, but it's just like thinking about it. It's like, it kind of doesn't work in the way that it's supposed to be working. It's just kind of like, it's a little too late, but whatever.
No, but isn't there probably a new term that's used for something like that? There's mentally handicapped, but I don't know if that is good or bad anymore.
Yeah.
And disabled, if you really think about it, to say someone's like mentally disabled, that just means that they're not able to think or use their brain at all. So I don't see how that's
almost stricter.
Yeah, I don't see how that one. I'm not saying that should be used, but I'm just saying that I don't know how that came to be something that was used because if you really think of what it means it doesn't describe, unless someone's brain dead and they are on life support, that might be someone who is mentally disabled. Like their brain cannot operate well enough to run the body on its own without assistance.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just probably the only best way to describe what anybody is going through is just to describe what condition they have, and not to go with any sort of like broad stroke, just like overlap, like all encompassing like description of, they're mentally challenged. Just be like, this person has Down syndrome. So
yeah, but I think exactly. I think it's still going to be necessary and probably still put into practice where those types of conditions will still be put into a group.
Yeah.
Like just various respiratory conditions, various circulatory problems, various problems involving your brain and how it functions.
For when you need to round them all up into a group.
And maybe displace them on an island somewhere. to try to improve the human race. I don't know, anything like that.
Yeah.
There's just such ideas,
like we did back in the day with Australia.
And that stopped crime, by golly. Crime ended when we did that.
Yeah.
We didn't do it.
It's kind of funny to think about the fact that a bunch of people were sent to Australia as to be a penal colony, and then that country was implemented this giant gun control thing that happened very successfully in a country that was created under that whole thing of just criminals, but yet somehow we can't do it here. Not to get too political, but I just think it's not funny.
It's not that we can't. We don't want to because, by golly, it's our God-given right, Matt, to own a gun. We invented guns, yet God gave us the right to own them.
I see what you're saying. First, I thought you were saying we as Americans invented guns. I was like, no.
No. Humans. Humanity invented guns, yet God gave us the right to own them.
Right.
No. Well, it's really the U.S. government. When those things were written up, 10 Commandments? No, Bill of Rights.
I mean, what's the fucking difference?
Thou shalt not be without arms.
Thou have the right to free speech.
Look, we're not even going to pretend like we have any insight onto how to possibly fix the gun issue in this country. So we're not even going to go there.
What we'll do is we'll round up all the people who own guns.
Sure.
Shove them on an island somewhere.
Well, Gun Island.
Yeah, there you go.
It's uncharted.
It's a man-made island shaped like a gun.
Well, it's made from guns.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
We picked a sort of shallowish area of the ocean.
Right.
Just started piling up the guns. Over time, they all sort of, the pressure makes the base a little more sturdy. Right, easy to walk on. Figured out a way to make vegetation happen. Don't ask us how. Sciencey people did that.
Mm-hmm. We mixed the guns in with some dirt.
Yeah. So the weirdest thing is they chose to start burying the guns in Gun Island. So you're digging holes in the gun ground and throwing your spray bottle. Your spray bottle.
My cat starts fucking meowing while I'm recording.
You know what would take care of that real quick? A gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I'd have to edit out the large bang noise that happened, and I'd have a hole to fill in my wall.
You didn't edit out the tigers riding by on electric bicycles.
Or did I?
I don't know. I guess. Did you? Did I?
Currently, no, but did I by the time,
Roar? No, so for some reason, somehow we figured out vegetation on Gun Island. And so now my question to you is, this is your proposal. Your proposal is to take everyone who owns a gun on Gun Island and transport them to Gun Island to live out the rest of their days. I'm sure lots of duels will happen. But are you only seeking out those that have registered weapons where it's cataloged that they own this gun? Or how do you find people that maybe don't possess a gun or come into possession of a gun legally?
Well, so yeah, I mean, it would obviously start with registered gun owners.
Look, this is it's all on the honor system.
Well, I mean, it would have to start with registered gun owners, so you can get them. You can get them quickly and legally. You can grab them, get them shipped off. Then it just comes down to, as we're once we got that big chunk of people gone, then I think it's easier to start cracking down on the people who illegally own guns going forward. Then you just kind of pick them off one by one as you start to cut down on getting all the rest of the illegal guns off the streets, as you're arresting people for having any sort of arrest somebody with possession of firearm, or you arrest somebody and find out they have possession of a firearm.
Sure.
Then that person gets shipped off.
Now,
and that person's more screwed because they don't get to bring their guns with them.
Oh yeah. So
everybody else gets to bring their guns with them to Gun Island. They can have them there.
One fun fact about Gun Island is the streets are paved with guns.
It's true.
So if I'm a registered gun owner and there's this announcement made, hey, everyone that owns a gun, you're now a resident of Gun Island,
Mm-hmm.
We hope you liked America while it lasted, but you're getting shipped off.
Right.
Do you have a time period in which you can sell your gun to remain on the mainland of America?
I think that would be fair. Yeah, I think it'd be fair to give people the opportunity to. I mean, let's be honest. It would be difficult maybe to sell your gun to somebody who's willing to buy it from you, because unless somebody's like, yeah, I'm happy to go to Gun Island, sell me all your guns.
Just listen to that statement for a second. It will be difficult to sell your gun to a person who is willing to buy it from you.
Well, okay.
That sounds very easy.
Well, okay. It'd probably be hard to find. Let me reword it. It would probably be hard to find somebody who was willing to buy your gun from you unless they want to go to Gun Island.
Sure.
If somebody's like, yeah, sell me all the guns. If they want to be like top guy in Gun Island and have the most weapons, then they'll probably try buying up as many as they can.
It wouldn't necessarily be that you are selling it to another like private gun owner. Like the government would have to establish a program where you can sort of turn in your gun.
Yeah, that's more so what I was thinking is if you have say a 3 to 6 month period, turn your guns into the government. We'll check, make sure all your registered weapons have been turned in.
Right.
We'll check you off the list. Your guns are all turned in. Boom. You're free to stay in America.
Yeah. And you're like, great, I've got 3 to 6 months to shoot as many people as I can before I got to bring this gun back.
Well, I think it's just they have to give a big enough window because if they have a large influx of people trying to do it, it's going to get clogged up. It's going to be difficult to get everybody turned in time. So you'd probably have to like make a reservation for your time to come in and turn it in. So, 3 to 6 months seems like a good window for a large group of people to all be able to given a time to turn all their weapons in. Since America has such a great gun registry, we will know exactly how many guns you particularly have
registered.
Yep. It was a joke on the fact that we have a really shitty gun registry in America.
Oh, so then why is this whole program and Gun Island idea based on the gun registry?
Because all of it is a gigantic story that I'm telling that would never happen or work.
But I chimed in a little bit, so I also told some of the story.
Yeah. But in the end, I think this is the best option we have. But yeah, some people would probably be more than happy to go to Gun Island, especially if they just want to buy up as many, like whoever has the most guns is kind of king of Gun Island.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first person to arrive can just start digging up guns.
Well, all the guns that the island would be made out of would probably be decommissioned, unworkable guns.
Oh.
And any gun that gets turned in probably by the people who are like, I don't want to go to Gun Island, here, have all my guns. They would use those guns to make the island bigger.
Yeah, so it could fit more people on it.
Island, yeah.
Gotcha. I like that.
I think this is brilliant. I don't see anybody having a problem with this.
I don't see anyone fashioning a boat out of guns and then taking that back to America.
Well, no, we build a wall around it.
Around Gun Island?
Mm-hmm.
You think
big wall to keep them there?
So you have to get helicoptered into Gun Island?
Well, I mean, there's gonna have to be like a point of entry, and
above the wall.
Like there'll be a point of entry. Like there'll probably be a dock and like one in and out gate, so that people can get brought there in and out, and we can, there'll be trade. We'll still, supply routes will go to and from to make sure they have, they can get their Amazon orders and stuff.
Yeah. And the residents will be able to fish.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So they'll, they can then sell those fish to the fish market.
I mean, that'll be their main source of food will be fish.
What if we ship electric bike riding tigers to Gun Island to be another source of food for the residents?
I don't know. I've never eaten tiger. I don't know how edible it is.
I'm sure it's very edible.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't just know if it's good or not. Like, I mean,
you know what?
There's a lot of things that are edible that just don't taste good.
Well, guess what? If they have a choice between eating fish vegetables again and having some tiger steak,
obviously if there's import and export from Gun Island, probably more import than export.
Look, do you think we here in America
import food?
Well, just hold on. Do you think
it's not like they're not allowed to like have farms and like have cattle and all that kind of stuff?
But like, do we think we landed on beef steak as like because that's just the best meat there is to make steak out of? No, it's because there's an abundance of cows in this country.
There's only an abundance of cows in this country because we keep breeding them.
Yeah. So, but the point is, it's not like you came to the settlers or whoever came to America and there was just an abundance of like ostriches, and so now like our main meat consumed is like ostrich meat. It's just there's cows everywhere. So you make steaks out of cows. In countries where it's maybe tigers, maybe they make steaks out of tigers.
It's highly doubtful.
Why?
Because there's more tigers in captivity in the United States than there are in the wild.
So that means no one kills tigers to eat?
No,
just because there's more in captivity? Huh?
They're a protected species.
But they weren't always a protected species.
Yeah, but they're not doing it now. That's what we're getting at. Right. We're talking about putting tigers on Gun Island so they could use them for steaks.
Yeah,
it wouldn't happen.
We would breed
specific tigers or tiger steaks.
Yeah, we do it with cows. Why can't we do it with tigers?
Sure,
we're not hurting the existing tiger population. The tigers that are bred for steaks are specifically bred for steaks. So it's not like we're out killing the existing wild population of tigers. We're still doing our part to help them regain their numbers and grow and thrive. Because we don't want tigers to go away because they are delicious. So we're just breeding these specific tigers to be used for steaks. It makes the most sense out of any possible way to acquire tiger steaks.
Right.
So you agree?
Sure, Sean.
I mean, you tell me a better way to
tiger steak argument.
You tell me a better way to get tiger steaks, and I'll listen. I'm open to ideas.
You know, I've never thought about it, so this is probably the right way.
It's okay, yeah. I clearly put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, I mean, I put a lot of thought into Gun Island.
I like it.
Apparently. I think it's a great idea.
I didn't immediately poo-poo your idea. I did, I don't know, something called yes and your idea. Whereas you just wanted to squash my tiger steak idea.
I was no-butting your tiger idea.
But the tiger steak idea was to help support your Gun Island idea.
I think it would be easier and more logical to just send them cows than to create a tiger breeding program specific for Gun Island.
Well, okay, how many people are killed a year by cows versus how many people are killed a year by tigers? I bet you there's more tigers killing people than cows are.
I don't. I think more cows actually kill people than tigers because more cows kill people than sharks.
They kill more people than they kill sharks? I believe that.
No, more cows kill people than sharks kill people.
Is that
in a year?
Proven? Is that a proven fact?
That is an actual fact.
No, I didn't ask if it was an actual fact. I asked if it was a proven fact.
Well, if it's
where do you get your data?
Fact, it is proven. It's
where do you get your data?
Sciencey stuff.
Gay.com or whatever you were searching on earlier?
It was not gay.com. I think it was thegay.com. Hold on, I gotta look again. Yes, it was thegay.com.
Okay, sorry.
How dare you? It's so offensive.
I didn't want to sound insensitive with my assumption.
Totally fucking blew it.
Oh, no pun intended.
Totally different website.
Yeah. There has to be a gay site called the Rainbow Connection, right?
Oh God, you're gonna have me Googling that.
Look it up.
Keeping my incognito mode. Just like the rainbowconnection.com.
Yeah, try. I mean,
not the rainbow.
It might be a slight variation. I'm sure Jim Henson and folks maybe have secured the rainbowconnection.com.
I'm going to actually type it into actual damn cat. It didn't give me anything.
Send that cat to Gun Island.
No, he doesn't own any guns. Yeah, no, the rainbowconnection.com does not get me anything.
No, he'll be food. Really? There's nothing there, huh?
Nothing there. So,
what's going on with the internet lately? The rainbowconnection.com doesn't bring anything. AONpodcast.com doesn't bring anything.
I don't know what's going on with that. I was going to message them, then I'm like, they have to know.
That's what I thought. I'm like, someone has to have told them already. So I won't do it.
Or they go on it themselves, because that's where they post all their stuff on there. And they just posted, when I looked and you were telling me that their site wasn't working, they had posted a new episode 3 days prior.
Yeah, I know. That's why this is weird.
I'm like, they have to know their website's down.
That's why this is weird.
Try their site again.
For those of you who don't know, aonpodcast.com is a website for the Apropos of Nothing podcast. And if you want to do something like submit a Fast Five for their podcast, you would submit one on aonpodcast.com.
Yeah, it's still not working. I don't know why their site's been down for some reason.
So if they don't know already, hopefully they listen to this episode and that gets the word to them that
because we couldn't possibly just straight up message them.
Nah, because that would give away that I was gonna surprise them with a Fast Five.
Yeah, but if they listen to this episode, it'll give away that you're gonna surprise them with a Fast Five.
Cut this part. I was thinking of emailing them anyway. Just email. I was gonna send them an email with the Fast Five, and then a second email with the context.
Well, because I think usually you send them like a little blurb like before and after that they read too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, some people
you would have known had you been able to go on there and actually submit it.
Had I had access to the form, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was not able to do so. I could label whether or not it was time sensitive, a time sensitive Fast Five. I can't do that now.
Well, maybe their stuff will pop back up here in the next few days, and you'll be able to submit it.
Yeah, maybe it'll have to wait for next week's episode. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it will happen eventually.
Or they're done. Maybe they're done.
I don't think they're done. They would have told us. No, I'm just kidding.
Us? Yeah, they would have reached out to us separately.
They would have told us. They wouldn't have left us hanging like that.
Hey guys, we did one crossover episode together. I just want to let you guys know you're the first to learn.
Speaking of like podcasts, I am still waiting. We mentioned a while ago how Sean and I guested.
Is that not there yet?
I still haven't seen it. I'm gonna go on there.
I thought about that. I want to say maybe yesterday, actually.
Yeah, it's still not up. So we recorded that was it May?
I don't know for sure when that was recorded. Where is my messenger thing where I could possibly find out? I'm investigating.
Emailed about it.
What?
So didn't we all get an email about it? Yeah, here. Invitation. May 9th. Tuesday, May 9th. So yeah, we recorded
2 months ago.
Tuesday, May 9th for
stuff I never knew. Stuff I never knew?
Yeah, something like that. Podcast.
I think it's Stuff I Never Knew.
Stuff I Never Knew trivia game show. We recorded May 9th. I think at that point we were told like maybe 8 weeks.
Yeah, it was. So
we're
here's what
that point now, I guess.
Here's what it says. We'll drop in about 4 weeks on TV and 8 weeks as a podcast. Maybe sooner as a podcast, as I plan on increasing the release frequency. So that's what we were told back on about May 6th. And we are now more than 8 weeks out.
Right. So because of that too, the other person that was on that show with us, we had talked about him guest appearing on here. And I've been kind of waiting for that to post first before we had him on our show. So I'm just like, so for anybody who's been wondering, we are also still waiting to hear when that's actually going to come out so that we can let you guys know if you want to watch it or listen to, hopefully be able to watch it because it should be on YouTube as well. Watch it and or listen to it once we actually see it. Because since then they have had.
I know listeners have been clamoring. We've been getting hate mail saying that
they've released four different podcasts since we recorded.
Okay.
They posted one that same day and then 3 more since. Did a May 25th, June 12th, and July 12th. So it's like they're releasing one a month now.
So if that pattern continues, the earliest we might see ours is August 12th.
I don't know how many they had recorded prior to us.
Right, but I'm saying with keeping with the once a month pattern, the earliest we could possibly show up is August 12th if they posted one July 12th. Regardless, I'm just saying the earliest possible.
If we're the next one.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I haven't checked YouTube either to see if
how voices work
on YouTube first.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah, let me look
Give that
up
a look. Give it a looky, Lou. Give it a looky. You make me want cow steak now.
Oh,
I want a good cow steak. When's the last time you had a good cow steak?
It's been months since I've had a good cow steak.
You know what I think the best steak I ever had was at a place called Murray's in downtown Minneapolis.
Okay.
It was good yet expensive. It was only possible because when we had all of us in the same training class at work, we all got hired at the same time. We all got to have our 5-year lunch at the same time. And typically people bring you're given X amount of money to spend on a team lunch. And typically the manager would just cover if it happens to go over that. But usually people just bring their teams or whatever. Well, I decided it'd be fun if a bunch of us that had 5-year anniversary lunches happening at the same time, we could all pool together and go and like really spend like crazy. Right. And so there was about 4 of us or 5 of us that went with one manager. And so we got to really order up like crazy at Murray's. Get some pretty expensive steaks there. It was delish.
Very nice. Very nice.
Ugh.
So what I am currently seeing,
correct,
is, let me just check something. Yep. Okay. So the episode that most recently posted as a podcast on July 11th posted a month ago on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And since then,
that's weird.
YouTube, they've posted one 11 days ago with 3 different people. So it doesn't seem like we will even be the next podcast to pop up.
But wait, so start it again. So the one that posted just most recent, the one posted a month ago was from when?
So the one that posted a month ago on YouTube is the most recent podcast episode that posted on the 11th.
Oh, I see.
And since then on YouTube, there has been another video posted 11 days ago. That's still not us.
And
so even the next podcast won't be us.
So is that one available as a podcast yet?
No. So the one that just recently went on YouTube is not up on as a podcast. So
gotcha.
I assume the next podcast will be the one that was posted 11 days ago on YouTube.
Look, listeners, we're shooting for New Year's 2024. That's our goal.
Yeah. It might be probably at least another month before we're up on even on the YouTube.
I know, just like us, you guys are all frothing at the mouth, waiting for this to debut so that you can see the magic therein.
Don't try to assume where I'm frothing from.
Well, in addition, I'm not saying exclusively from the mouth.
I appreciate you acknowledging my froth.
Right. So, froth aside, or mixed in with the main dish, I don't know how you like your froth served. We will definitely let everyone know as soon as we know when it's actually available to consume visually and or audibly.
True.
With or without froth. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a good thing I'm not sure if they go well together.
Yeah. I too don't.
That's not an opinion.
What? That whether or not you know?
No, you went, yeah.
It was an agreement of, yeah, like I also don't know if that would be.
Boy, this episode, we sure sound like we communicate well, don't we? We're doing great.
What?
Huh? I'm frothing at the ears. You have to speak up.
Right. So yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Good. Go out there. Yeah. Go out there. Get yourself some quality beef steaks, cow steaks, if you will. That sounds like, it's a high amounts of danger for cows. The cow steaks are high.
Cow steaks are high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not untrue with the way prices have been going up on everything lately. Cow steaks are high.
The movie based on all this, critics are calling an emotional roller coaster.
Just end it. End it all.
Give me a gun.
I'm so upset. Don't start the ASMR shit again.
You leaned in. You leaned in.
I
you
leaned in because I'm whispering and upset.
You were setting
over
me up
your
for it.
awful joke.
I didn't even hear come up with anything. You just have a book of jokes that other people came up with that you wrote down. Yeah,
not all.
You didn't come up with any of these jokes. You looked them all up on the internet. Or
that's not true. I wrote quite a few that are in here.
You heard that you wrote them. You took a piece of pen. You took a pen and wrote it down. That doesn't mean you came up with it.
There's plenty of jokes in this book that I created.
Sure.
From my brain.
Sure.
Yeah. It's not untrue.
I'm sure it was a very emotional experience for you.
Fuck you. I'm trying to find cow jokes that are better than your moo jokes. Come up with a cow joke that doesn't have moo in it.
All right, I'll take yours. Cows don't take no bull from no one.
God, when did I say that?
Sometime in high school, and people preferred your thing over what I said for some
What did you
reason.
say?
You shouldn't fear your shadow because it can smell fear, I think.
Well, yeah, that's just dumb.
Yeah, well, so is cows don't take no bull.
Right, but it's less dumb.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Mine's a little more creative than cows don't take no bull. That's just obvious. That's low-hanging fruit. That's low-hanging cow.
You're fucking low-hanging fruit. That's right. I said it.
Is that a website? Is that a website in your search history?
Yeah, lowhangingfruit.com.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all about fruit that grows from bushes.
So like strawberries?
I have
mulberries?
The cow jokes that I do have in here are awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Hmm?
You were going to come in with a heavy hitter and look what you got.
Oh, I will. Wait a second. Hold on. I passed up all the animal jokes and I didn't find anything good.
Let me guess. There's something about two cows having like a beef with one another or something like that. Maybe some sort of like baking. Oh, someone's baking me a cow pie.
No.
Something about teats or udders. It's an utter catastrophe.
There is one that has that as the punchline. It was an utter catastrophe.
Yeah, great. Okay, good.
Yep.
High caliber stuff.
Okay. What do you call a cow with a twitch?
What?
Beef jerky.
Yeah, great.
You smirked slightly. It's audible. It's audible. It was audible. It was an audible smirk.
That was me vomiting slightly.
I'm going to add a little noise.
That's the sound of a smirk. Why don't you add like a giggle, like laughter?
I'll just take that one and move it over slightly.
Sure. That's what you'll do. No, I don't think that deserved any sort of response.
Well, now we have beef.
That's a paddling.
Because I do take beef with you, sir. What do you get from a pampered cow, Sean?
I don't know. What?
Spoiled milk.
Got it.
You're smiling again.
They're so bad. And you're staring at me.
That's why. That's why they're good. They're so
staring at me, waiting for me to smile or something.
What do you get when a bull swallows a bomb, Sean? Look at my eyes.
You get a dead bull.
Abominable.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
but you didn't come up with that one. I know it.
No, I know I didn't come up with that one. But still.
Yeah, see,
I didn't claim that I came up with those jokes.
Gotcha,
I just said that you were claiming that nothing in this book was mine, and some of these jokes are mine.
Gotcha.
Not just none of the ones I said now.
What do you call it when wait, what's the joke again? When there's a bomb? Say it again.
Hold on. What do you get when a bull swallows a bomb?
Okay.
Yeah, abominable.
What do you say when you're warning an Eskimo that a bull has swallowed a bomb?
What do you
get when you're warning an Eskimo that a bull has swallowed a bomb? Well, I can't even talk.
I'm assuming it's an abominable snowman.
Abominable snowman.
Yeah.
You could write that down. Write that in your book.
Did you totally just come up with that?
I did.
That's crazy. Nothing prompted that at all. That you just came up with that out of nowhere.
Well, it's called a punch up. I improved your existing joke.
I mean,
but you didn't even come up with it.
Improve is a
look. I made it longer. Okay, you can't deny that. And everyone knows that jokes are always better when they're longer. Size matters.
Oh, you think they're better when they're longer?
Yeah.
Let me prove that wrong right now.
I love it when jokes cannot fit inside a kid size.
You ready for a short joke that's better?
Wait a minute. Are you going to offend people?
No.
Okay. It's not okay. Go ahead.
What's gray? That's it.
That's the whole joke?
That's the whole setup. What's gray?
I don't know. What's gray?
A melted down penguin.
Nah, that's not.
I know. It's just short. It's not gray, or it's not great. It's just short.
the Matt's title of Matt's autobiography.
Wait, short in length or short in time?
No, that's the title. Yeah. It's not great. It's just short. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Sure, why not?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod. Or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior.
Electric bike riding tigers